So I bet you didn't think that we were going to talk about relationship advice today, but on your first date, you don't start talking about marriage. So I don't talk about the loyalty program immediately, because the first concern of a customer is how we can use doTERRA products to help them with their health needs. Now, sometimes in that initial class or consultation, you may find that there's lots that they want to get. If that's the case, then that's a really great opportunity to go, let's spread this out, and I can introduce them to the loyalty rewards program there. If not, then it's in those follow-up times. One of the great things about doTERRA is it's not just a one-stop interaction where someone purchases and disappears. It is part of our protocol that they have a consultation after their products have arrived. Now, once they are educated and you've helped them to understand their future health need, this is a really great time to introduce the loyalty rewards program. You want to do this as soon as possible though, so that they can start taking advantage of our programs where they can get the highest percentage and points back. When a customer first gets introduced to doTERRA and makes their first purchase, they're excited about this and you want to capitalize on this. We've also found that people are most likely to join the loyalty program in the first 2 months of them becoming a customer. Leave it too long, their enthusiasm wanes and you're less likely to get them on. Also, by actually getting them into the loyalty rewards program quickly, for them, they can take advantage of our fast track program. Plus, the more orders they place in the first 60 days means a more fast start compensation for you. A wellness consult should be a protocol that you introduce to all of your customers. It is really important that you explain this to them when they are first getting their kit. When we buy a coffee, we would be surprised if someone rang us later that day and asked us how our coffee was and if we're going to buy another one. So you have to let them know that they're not just buying some product, they're getting some ongoing support as well. You want to get that consult done with each of the customers because they want to know how to use all those products and they're not going to remember from that first interaction. Now, does everyone want a consult? No. But as long as you've done your best to either book that in and have that with them online or in person, you've done the right thing and you've offered that support, which is the doTERRA difference. Personal consult with a new customer is really important. This may be the only time you get to interact with them one-on-one as your business continues to grow. So take some time. For me, an online consult will take around an hour, or if I'm in person with them, it could take a couple of hours. There are 4 main things that I like to focus on as I go through this process. The first one is just taking some time to get to know them as a person. Build some rapport, find out about their family, what they do for work, what their interests are. I also like to find out about their health concerns and find out how the doTERRA products that they've got so far have been working successfully for them. During this conversation, I want to work out what other products are actually going to help them into the future as well, beyond their initial process. This is where you can use the Welcome to Wellness booklet because there are guides in here as well. After that, I introduce them to the resources that are available for them to continue their education. You and your team may have different resources, feeds, newsletters and so on that you can introduce them to. Plus, doTERRA has some great resources as well. At the conclusion of the consult, it is the most important part. I sit with them and I encourage them to log on to their back office and I get them to steer rather than point. What I do is I show them how to set up a loyalty rewards program, putting in the items that we identified earlier in the conversation that will help them with their health goals. What I find at this end point, about 90% of people save that template and are ready to order next month. There you go, you've done your consult and they're on the loyalty rewards program. My number one strategy for getting people onto the loyalty program is don't ask them to go on the loyalty rewards program. What do I mean by this? Loyalty rewards is the reward that you get for educating and supporting your customer. If you give them the right education and match their health needs to the doTERRA products, they'll eventually ask you, well, how do I get these? And the obvious answer to that is through the loyalty rewards program. This is where you get the most savings, most freebies, rewards, and so on. So focus on education and support of your customers, and eventually they'll all be asking you, how do I get on to that loyalty rewards program? I would encourage you and your customers to check out the loyalty rewards program and compare it to other loyalty programs out there. Throughout all the different cards and coupons and things that I have, I've never found something as rewarding as doTERRA's loyalty program. If you consider it, compared to some of our main supermarket chains, often you have to spend around $2,000 before you get just $10 back. If a customer wants to spend $2,000 with doTERRA, they're going to find hundreds of dollars of rewards in products of the month, loyalty rewards points, and other bonuses that will come their way as well. The doTERRA loyalty reward program is definitely a generous program, which doesn't encourage you to spend more money. It just encourages you to swap where you shop. You and your customers are already buying toothpaste, deodorant, multi-purpose sprays, and so on. Get them from doTERRA, get a cleaner, better product, and get greater rewards for doing so.